The first battle you fight each day is in silence, before your phone lights up, before the world pulls at your attention. This is where the Stoic morning begins, not with noise, but with control. Marcus Aurelius, even as a Roman emperor, didn't start his day with urgency or distraction. He started it by commanding his mind. That was his edge, and it can be yours too. For 7 days, you're going to train your mind like a warrior trains for war, calmly, repeatedly, with purpose. The Stoic morning system isn't about productivity hacks or waking up at 5 a.m. just to brag. It's about waking up for yourself, before the world owns a single second of your time. In these quiet moments, you build your foundation. And if you win the first hour, you set the tone for the next 23. Each day of the week brings one core discipline, one mental rep, one piece of armor to put on before the battle of life begins. By the end of this 7-day system, you won't just feel different, you'll think differently, and when your thinking changes, everything changes. So before you scroll, react, or speak, you'll reflect, prepare, and choose. This is not about control over your calendar, it's about control over your mind. And once you have that, you don't just survive the day, you dominate it. Day 1 starts with silence. Not checking your phone, not rushing into to-do lists, but sitting still, even for 5 minutes, and breathing. Why? Because your first victory each morning is over impulse. The modern mind is addicted to noise, but the Stoic mind creates space. Silence isn't empty, it's strategic. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. So what are yours really? In this space, ask yourself, what am I preparing for today? Who do I want to be when things go wrong? Because they will. Life doesn't hand you a calm morning so you can scroll through it. It hands you pressure, resistance, and unpredictability. The silence is where you prepare. 5 minutes of intentional stillness isn't a routine. It's a statement. It tells the world, I lead my emotions. I choose my thoughts. I am not reacting to the day. I am setting the terms. Next comes the mental rehearsal. A Stoic prepares not just for the best version of the day, but the worst. Seneca practiced imagining discomfort and loss every morning, not to suffer, but to sharpen. You ask, if this goes wrong, how will I respond? If I'm insulted, do I react? If I fail, do I collapse? No. I stay firm, I stay clear. This is how the Stoic earns calm before chaos begins. You are not trying to control the world. You are practicing control over how the world touches you. That starts here, in silence, in preparation, in power. Day 2 is for writing, not for the world, but for yourself. The Stoics called it reflection. You call it journaling. But it's more than putting words on a page. It's capturing the war inside your head before it becomes chaos in your life. Each morning, take 5 minutes to answer one question. What am I in control of today? And what am I not? Epictetus made it clear. Freedom is found in distinguishing what's up to us and what isn't. Most people confuse the two and suffer for it. You, on the other hand, are now training your awareness. Write what you're holding on to that isn't yours to carry. Someone's opinion, an outcome, a memory. Then write what you can carry. Your effort, your mindset, your action. That's your zone. Stay in it. This 5-minute journal isn't cute, it's surgical. It cuts through mental fog, emotional baggage, and toxic loops. It gives your mind direction before the world throws distractions at it. You walk into the day knowing your emotional range, your mental limits, and your tactical focus, and that clarity is rare. The modern mind is scattered. The Stoic mind is sorted. 1 page a day, and you start seeing patterns, triggers, fears, strengths. And once you see them, you're no longer ruled by them. Your thoughts become tools, not traps. You're not writing to vent, you're writing to lead. Day 2 sharpens the mind, and a sharpened mind cuts through every excuse the day tries to throw at you. Day 3 is movement. Not a workout for the sake of appearance, but a physical act of alignment. The Stoics believed the body was a tool, not a decoration. You move to honor life, not to chase vanity. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that waking up to do what nature requires is not a burden, it's duty. And your nature is to move, to act, to live with purpose. So you move. Whether it's a walk in silence, a cold shower, or a focused stretch, this is where mind meets body. You're not scrolling, you're not rushing, you're waking your system with control. This is how Stoics handled mornings. No chaos, no frenzy, just readiness. You teach your nervous system. We start the day on our terms, not in reaction, but in rhythm. And while others see discipline as punishment, you now understand it's liberation. Each small act of self-command builds something inside you, a calm that doesn't crack, a strength that doesn't need noise. Most people wait to feel like it. You act because it's time, because this is who you are training to be. You don't negotiate with the morning, you lead it. This physical action isn't about burning calories, it's about proving to yourself that you move even when no one watches, even when motivation is dead. That's Stoic strength. You're not waiting to be pushed, you are self-powered, one move at a time. Day 3 reminds you, your body obeys the mind, and your mind obeys your principles. Train both. Day 4 is declaration. Words spoken not to others, but to yourself. The Stoics didn't believe in passive mornings, they believed in setting a direction. And each morning, they repeated truths, not for motivation, but for alignment. You are not here to wake up and drift. You're here to wake up and decide. So you speak, with intent. You remind yourself, I do not control outcomes. I control effort. I do not chase comfort. I build strength. I do not fear chaos. I prepare for it. These aren't affirmations. These are instructions, spoken aloud, felt in your chest, anchoring your identity before the world tempts you to forget who you are. This practice isn't loud. It's private, internal, and powerful. A Stoic doesn't wait for someone to believe in them. They speak with conviction until belief becomes bone deep. The world will try to unmake you today. It will test your calm, challenge your discipline, and bait your ego. But with these words, you've already declared your position. Most people talk to themselves in whispers of fear, doubt, and distraction. You're building a different script, a deliberate one. You're not here to hope for the best. You're here to be prepared for the worst, and still show up better. Speak it, mean it, live it. Because who you are in the morning echoes through every decision you make when the pressure comes. Day 5 is alignment. The Stoic doesn't live by impulse, he lives by principles. And every morning, before the world gets noisy, he returns to those principles like a soldier checks his armor. Are my actions aligned with my values? Am I chasing validation, or am I choosing virtue? This internal alignment is what creates external peace. So you review. Did I live yesterday the way I intended? If not, why? What must change today? Not to feel better, but to be better. This is not about guilt, it's about growth. The Stoic doesn't punish himself for slipping. He corrects course, with clarity, with calm, with control. Now the 7-day system is complete. But in truth, it never ends. Because mastery isn't found in doing something once, it's found in doing it especially when no one's watching and when comfort is calling. The Stoic morning isn't about becoming someone else, it's about remembering who you are and choosing that person again every sunrise. You now have a structure, silence, reflection, movement, declaration, alignment, and practice. 6 weapons, 6 disciplines, 6 non-negotiables to build a mind that bends for no one and breaks for nothing. So before you scroll again, before you react, before you forget what you just learned, stop and ask yourself, if the first hour of your day is undisciplined, what chance do you really have in the next 23?